Dad, can you tell us a little bit about the work that your family did on Durwards Glen? The putting up the statues, and it's a little bit of family history there, right?
Yeah. It started out with some wealthy guy bought the statues of the figure of Christ on the cross, and then the other two statues that's on the ground, you know. And they were shipped to Portage in a railroad boxcar. And we hired John Walker. He was a trucker for trucking anything that come along, you know. He took his racks off of the stock racks off of the truck and went over there, and we had to get them and create some statues out of the railroad car. So we took some rope and block and tackle along, and the works weighed like the shipping weight was in the crate was 1050 for the cross, and the other ones was 1,480 pounds, and they were all crated up, you know. And we went over there. We took block and tackles along, and some planks, and of course nothing to hook onto, you know, except drag it out, you know. And we finally ended up getting a bunch of water, and we were making the planks good and wet, you know, so the thing would slide real good, better than on a dry plank. And we got it out and got it loaded on the truck, and we had to go up by the Glen. At that time, it was a high hill there, you know. The road got graded down afterward, and the high hill had come up, and then you had the road didn't come all the way out to the main road. You had to go up a doggone slope and go up there and unload it. So we had the truck back up there, and now how the hell are we going to get it off, you know? And of course we had to take some planks and wet them and tie it to some trees around there with ropes, so we could take the block and tackle and drag it down the wet planks, and getting it up to the hillside there. We got it up there, and then we didn't know how the hell we was going to handle it. We had to, whether to put it on the cross first, you know, and dig the hole and put the cross in. And we finally decided to put the cross up first because it would be so much heavier, you know. That figure on the cross weighed 1050, and we cast iron, and we had to watch out so it didn't get bumped or broke, you know. And finally we decided, well, we'd put the cross up first, and we'd take some block and tackles and hoist it up, you know, to tackle it up, and we had the cross up and had the arms real long on it, and then we got the body up there and got it fastened onto the cross, and we had Father Mansfield. He was a head up there at the time, and after dinner we ate dinner there, and after dinner we told him, "You come up this afternoon. We don't know how long to let the cross, you know." We had the cross way out beyond the arms where we had it fastened on, and it took a whole hour and a half for him to slide on. We had a white cloth, you know, where he tied around the end, and he'd always look at it. No, bring it in a little closer. No, and he'd study it, look at it, and look at it. Bring the cloth out a little bit further, you know. And finally he decided on where to cut it off, you know. And of course we cut it off, and then he came up and looked at it. And, he says, "I don't think we done right. I don't think we done right."
No.
Couldn't make up his mind. We told him, well, we could still always add some more on, you know. We had the old pieces there. We could just cut a piece and glue it and nail it on, you know. So 4 or 5 years ago, and now they put it the Bell Boys put a treated one in there and put it back up on there. And put it more fancy on the bottom. They put some stone working on it.
And you had to get that Virgin Mary up on the hill.
Yeah.
That must have been a challenge.
Well, that weighed.
That's the one that fell off, broke, the head of something broke off.
Yeah, a
A
tree
couple
fell
years ago,
over.
something fell off, made it
A
fall
tree
down.
hit it?
So
tree-
they put
a
up
tree-
a new one since then, I guess.
a tree fell over and hit it and broke off side of it. They had to take it up to
Yeah,
a Foxville body shop and he welded it all together and
is that what they did?
polished it all up, yeah.
You guys had a hard time getting it up there in the first place, right?
Yeah, it's always on a hill, you know,
On a cliff, you know, overlooking the Glen.
mounted up there.
Wow.
You know, the Durwards, they were buried there, you know, in one plot, and they had that rail fence about that high all the way around, you know. And the blouse, it was getting all rusty, it wasn't getting painted the way it should. The blouse, they pulled it all out of there and sold it for scrap. The fence, now it's all open there, I guess.
Well, they've been gone for how many years? 100?
Yeah.
So what were you saying, Mom, about the lumber at Durwards Glen?
Well, they furnished a lot of the lumber for building that hall and that stuff out there.
Dad and Lawrence did.
Chapel, yeah.
I see.
That building, that was a lot of their lumber that went in that.
For the chapel.
Way back in the when? What years?
Yeah.
So that chapel was built when you were young then?
I guess
They were building it then.
there was just a small thing at first,
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
it? Then they
just a
added
small
on,
thing.
so they had more
was-
rooms for people and